I just finished writing this course, and I've spent the last few months really honing in on helping and designing processes to help people go from feeling empty and lost and feeling like they don't have any purpose to applying some processes and ideas that I've used time and time again to help people move forward, right? To help people move forward with ease. So, you want to hear about the class? So, first of all, it's going to be live. So we'll get a chance to work together live. I got this really cool video system that I will be using. So I'll come to you live, and I have some information that I'll provide to you each week. We'll have a live Q&A each week. It'll be for 5 weeks, right? We're going to do it on Thursday nights starting on July 6th, right? And it'll be recorded. So I hope you will come, because being a part of it and all of the group energy will make the event even better for you. You could walk away knowing, number one, you're not alone, but two, that you've got some real hope that there are things that you can do to get past feeling bad, right? So I'm going to give you a snapshot of what I've made for you. Phase 1, it's called the new beginning. This will be the pathway to spirit, right? This will be the techniques and the principles behind spiritual growth and personal development, and techniques to how to not just raise your awareness, but to build your vibration and to really bring you into a new sense of understanding of where you're at and where you are and where you want to be. Phase 2 will be our spirit navigation system. That's where I walk you through all of your inner natural abilities, psychic and intuitive, and show you how to use them, right? To use them to navigate your life more intuitively and to be more fulfilled in your life. I always say, if people are only living by the left side of their brain, they're not whole. They're not using the whole thing. They're not using all God gave us to use. And so when you tap into that right side of the brain with using your natural abilities and really taking time to understand them and direct them and learn how to interpret them, that brings a sense of a whole new navigation system within you that you learn to trust and you learn to recognize. Phase 3 will be healing with the spirit world. And this particular segment will be all about using your abilities to connect with God, to connect with spirit, to connect to your deceased loved ones, just for the purpose of knowing that there's things beyond this physical world that you can actually tap into, ask for guidance, that you can begin to understand the world unseen, right? And for me, that has brought a whole new sense of comfort in my life. Knowing that I haven't always known how to do that. I haven't always known that I could do that. And for me, going through loss and grief, it really drove me to that place of looking for answers outside of what's in a textbook. And for me, that's what brought me a lot of comfort. And that's why I included this in this class. The 4th phase will be a spirit blueprint. Now, I've developed these processes, sort of milestones along the journey, and then if you're following these processes, there's this sort of expansion that begins to happen. And when you have that expansion, you begin to feel lighter and brighter and more connected to your own life. And so that'll be, let's call it a reconstruction plan, right? This will be things that you can bring into your awareness, do some specific techniques to help you relieve guilt and worry and struggle, right? I like the idea of just being at peace, but I love like action and drama, meaning not drama meaning my own, but I like to be engaged and involved. And sometimes I'll get ahead of myself when it comes to making life decisions, and knowing that I have a blueprint, it might save me a lot of redos, right? So, and the 5th phase will be my solutions formula. And I like to use this as a foundation for dealing with some of what I call problems with life. Meaning, after you've lost someone, sometimes you have to restructure everything, your relationships, your financial checkbook, what you do for a living, how you perceive yourself. All of these things are such a part of the reconstruction. But if you had, and I have this thing where I have like 10 steps that you could be following along with, and that you could just sort of check along the way. Just see kind of, okay, could I do this better? Could I do this better? And then, the whole goal is to lead a fulfilling life. That when you are considering your level of happiness and joy and contribution in the world, this will be a good way for you to have that inner knowing and that trust that if you don't have the answers, you can go get the answers. So this class is called Healing Grief with the Spirit World. And it's really written for people that have gone through a major life change. That you're in a place where you need some, like, the world's changed and now you don't know how to, like, you think you know how you're going to handle it, but then you realize sometimes you feel lost. And I know for me, with my mom's recent passing, man, it always happens. I go back into myself and I start asking the big questions. Okay, if I died today, have I really lived to my fulfillment? Have I got over my own funkiness, my own sort of shortcomings? Have I made an impact on people in my life? And for me, death has always been a motivation for me. Death of a relationship, death of a loved one, death of a job. It's always given me, it's always caused me to go in, to dig deep and find resources within myself and within spirit to help me navigate and expand and really overcome the obstacles and challenges. And for me, that's why I wrote this course. I wrote this because I wanted to help you, help people going through this, because I've gone through these processes time and time again, and I use them as a foundation, and I have this sort of, let's call it my gateway to living, right? That I pull into to help me feel safe in this world. And for a long time, I didn't know how to feel safe in this world. I didn't know how to feel where my mark was or where my place was. And so if you're one of those people that naturally feel safe and know where your mark is, you probably don't need this course. But if you're in that place where you're trying to figure out what your mark is and how to make it and how to really make it feel like your life means something to you, this may be an option. So I'm going to post the registration link in the comments in this video. And it'll give you a snapshot just of some other things that you'll be learning here. It is only limited to 22 people. I wanted to have an opportunity to work with people one-on-one. While I'm in that setting, it's for 2 hours. It's 5 nights, and I really am excited about offering it. I'm a little nervous because I want it to be good enough, but I really put a lot of energy and effort into it. So I hope that you, and if you, or maybe you're not in a place that you need it, if you have a friend or a loved one that you think might be drawn to it or might like it, please share it with them, because I'm going to offer this now through July. The registration is open tonight. It closes on July 3rd.